if the light's not good, but that way I can.
Hi, thanks for coming to the Double Deuce Saloon. We're going to try YouTube Live tonight and do a live stream. I haven't used YouTube before, so I'm anxious to see how things are. Hopefully the audio is good. I've got a new PA, small PA, that will definitely bump up the vocals, and we're going to mic the guitar. Did a sound check this afternoon. It seemed like it was pretty good. But as you know, with technology, you never really know until you go live. So anyways, we're a couple minutes early here, so I'll wait till 7:30. But I see folks are starting to show up, and I'm really glad that folks are here tonight. So. I know Thursday night, actually my very first open mic night that I did down at the Wolves Club in Sanford, that was on Thursday night. So I've always had a partiality to Thursday nights. And Thursdays are usually my day off from work, and I get a chance to play quite a bit of guitar on most Thursdays. And today was no different. I had a chance to run through the songs that I'm going to play tonight, and we'll just see how it goes. Test 1 2 1 2. All right, I have 7:30 by my time. I like to get started on time. My name is Jim Baumer. I'm going to do a Facebook Live tonight. Do a few songs, see how it goes. We are live from the Double Deuce Saloon. We have a saloon in our house, which is pretty cool. And anyways, thanks for coming by tonight. I'm going to start off with Sad and Beautiful World. It's a cover song by, well, the gentleman recorded as Sparkle Horse. His name is Mark Linkhouse. He committed suicide a few years ago, but this song was probably one of the first songs that I learned where I could just play it through. It's a fairly simple song, but anyways, it has a lot of meaning, and it means something to me. And anyways. Sometimes I get so sad. Sometimes you just make me mad. It's a sad and beautiful world. It's a sad and beautiful world. Sometimes I just won't go. Sometimes I can't say no. It's a sad and beautiful world. It's a sad and beautiful world. Sometimes days go speeding past. Sometimes this one seems like the last one. It's a sad and beautiful world. It's a sad and beautiful world. It's a sad and beautiful world. Sad and Beautiful World is by Sparkle Horse. Looks like Lucy has come downstairs. She's been napping all afternoon, as cats will do. I'm not sure if we can't really see her. She's just sitting over by the slider. So anyways, I'm going to do a song by the Tragically Hip. They're a Canadian band. Some of you may know the Tragically Hip. I'm a huge fan of the Hip. They are gods in Canada. Unfortunately, their lead singer and frontman, Gord Downey, died of brain cancer. That was in, I want to say that was in 2016, maybe. There's a beautiful documentary. The band toured the country one last time where Gord was sick, and it's just one of those really touching videos. And they went from west to east and finishing in Toronto, and there's this amazing final concert where literally the entire country was like watching it either live or on huge video screens. And I don't know. Anyways, this song is from their 1998 record Phantom Power. It's called Bob Cajun. Left your house this morning, but my house. I'm gonna start again. Sorry. Went to your house this morning, but quarter after 9. Been one. I was at your house this morning, just a little after 9. It was in Bob Cajun where I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time. The sky was dull and hypothetical, falling in one cloud at night in Toronto, with its checkerboard floor, riding on horseback and keeping orders to the man that couldn't hang, step to the mic and sang, and their voices rang with that airy plan. I got to your house this morning, just a little after 9. In the middle of that riot, didn't get you off my mind. So I was at your house this morning, just a little after 9. Tin Bob Cajun, when I saw the constellations reveal themselves one inside. Bob Cajun, by the Tragically Hip, kind of messed up that second verse. So anyway, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for attending tonight's live at the Double Deuce. We did a live, I don't know what I want to call it, live streaming event on Facebook Live. I want to say that was like maybe a month ago. And it was amazing. I mean, we had, I think at one point we had over 100 people, which was pretty impressive. And so, you know, as probably all of us have been doing over the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, kind of just trying to find things to do at home. You know, I've been spending a lot of time in the basement, which is generally right below this saloon, where I kind of have a practice area and a space where I have my electric and my amp and, you know, my stuff that I you know, jam with. And but, you know, it's just like you work through the stuff and you practice it, and then even streaming, right? It's like playing live. All of a sudden you get out there and you get nervous and you forget words and you forget chord changes. And I guess that's why we play live. Open mic nights are a way to get better. And anyways, this song is called Icarus. It's a cover tune. It's a band by a band called Gold Connections. They're an indie band from I want to say Virginia. I believe they're Virginia. They're contemporaries of Car Seat Headrest, which I'll do a Car Seat Headrest a little bit later. So anyways, here's Icarus. Didn't mean to fall apart, to break my own heart, to crumble, but look at me, take a look at me. And I didn't mean to let it all go, to let it all fall down like this. Take a look at the sea, talking I'm not the only one who needs a love. I think you're the only one who blew their cover. I think you're the only man without a compass in this land. you're wrong, man. Well, I didn't mean to break it all up, break up my memories into little shots. Threw them in the sea. Well, I came back home to sweat it out, let it all go, but you were right there like a phantom in the mirror, staring back at me. Talking like you're the only one who needs a brother, think you're the only one who's underwater, think you're the only girl with no direction in this world. I think you're the only one with bad intentions, firstborn, only son, with no conception of what is right or wrong. Man, you're just too wasted to understand. You understand now. Get back to rock and roll, get back to rock and roll, back to rock and roll. Get back to rock and roll. Get back to rock and roll, get back to rock and roll, get back to rock and roll. Hey ho, get back to rock and roll. Get back, JoJo. Get back to rock and roll, get back to rock and roll, get back to rock and roll. Get back to rock and roll. Get back to rock and roll. Hey ho, get back to rock and roll. Get back, JoJo. Icarus, Gold Connections. So the first three songs were cover songs. I've actually been writing some songs of my own. This one I actually wrote, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. It seems like it was just as the whole kind of pandemic began to, roll along, and we recognized that we were going to be kind of cooped up and locked away and under house arrest for a while, and whatever you want to call it. And I came home from work one day and I just kind of jotted some stuff down. And by the next afternoon, when I came home from work, I pretty much had my chorus and had the song, and then I threw up a video, pretty poorly recorded. But this one's called Stuck in a Nightmare, because it does kind of feel like we are stuck in a nightmare. And I'm just wondering, I'm looking at the bar behind me in the mirror. It looks kind of flashy. Hey, Mary, if you are around, how does it look? Can you give me a kind of a status? How does it look?
It looks good. I'm going to try turning the light
All
out.
right. Yeah, I think that's better. I can see. Can you see me? All right, this is called Stuck in a Nightmare. Stuck in my house, feeling like a mouse, waiting for the cat to pounce. Going to the store, don't want no more toilet paper aisles wiped out. I wanna leave today. I can't 'cause the governor says to stay. Fear fogging is the media's way. Maybe this nightmare ends today. On the way to work, cut up by some jerk, wishing that that guy would try. We're all in this phase, people getting crazed, thinking that their world might end. I wanna leave today. I can't 'cause the governor says to stay. Fear fogging is the media's way. Maybe this nightmare ends today. I wanna leave today. I can't 'cause the governor says to stay. Fear fogging is the media's way. Maybe this nightmare ends today. Hoping this nightmare ends today. Would this nightmare ends today? Stuck in a Nightmare. This next one's called Stop Smoking. It's kind of a funny little song that band Car Seat Headrest plays. And I was supposed to go see them in June, and like most shows, it was canceled, and I'm disappointed. Mary and I saw them on Valentine's night in 2018 in Boston, and what an amazing show. Even Mary, who's not a huge music fan, enjoyed the show, but I think we may have been the youngest people there. It was a very young crowd, and they're a very young band. I guess listening and playing their music keeps me young, and I hope I can keep playing young kids' music for many more years. Anyways, this is called Stop Smoking by Car Seat Headrest. Stop smoking, we love you. Oh, let's get that right. Stop smoking, we love you. Stop smoking, we love you. Why can't I get these chords right? All right. Stop smoking, we love you. 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 And we don't want you to die. don't want you to die, 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 don't want you to die. Stop smoking. Darcy Penrose. So there was a song written, actually it wasn't written by Barry McGuire, but it was sung by Barry McGuire in 1965 called Eve of Destruction. It was a huge hit back in the day. If you were listening to Casey Kasem's American Top 40, which I would have been 3 years old at the time, I'm sure it was probably close. If it wasn't number one, it was close to being number one. Barry McGuire went on to have a very long career. He used to be in the New Christie Minstrels. The song was written by P.F. Sloan. A little trivia tidbit, music trivia tidbit. Barry McGuire became a born-again Christian in 1971 and actually went on, and he's actually one of the top-selling contemporary Christian music artists in the world. And he's still performing. He's 84 years old. He and his wife have a music ministry. They kind of, I think, bounce back and forth between Great Britain and New Zealand, if I remember reading correctly about him. And so anyways, this song is Eve of Destruction, and it's a 60s song. It definitely has a 60s vibe and sort of it was a protest song against the Vietnam War, but I've kind of changed a few words as we go along. And anyways, this is Eve of Destruction. The Eastern world, it is exploding, violence flaring and bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Can't you feel the fear that I'm feeling today? If the button is pushed, there's no running away. And I'll just contemporize it, right? If the coronavirus comes, there's no running away. There'll be no one to save you with this world in a grave. Take a look around you, boy, it's bound to scare you, boy. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. This is how I've been kind of feeling lately, right? This whole pandemic. I don't know, kind of angry, kind of frustrated. My blood's so mad, it's coagulating, and I'm just sitting here ruminating. You can't twist the truth, it knows no regulation, and a handful of senators won't pass legislation. And marches won't bring about integration. That's a 60s line there. And this whole fucking world is so frustrating. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. I don't know if we're on the eve of destruction. Sometimes it feels like it. Now remember, right, this was written in the mid-60s. And do you remember there was this, well, if you read history, I don't remember it like firsthand, but you know, I know it from history. There was that whole sort of red baiting thing where, there was this fear of China and Russia and the whole geopolitical crap, which is kind of like recycled again. So there's this line that goes, think of all the hate there is in red China. And I was just thinking about that. I'm going, wow, hate's not limited to red China, right? And I thought, think of all the hate there is right here in America. I mean, left, right, left, east, west, north, south. Orange man bad, orange man bad, orange man bad. Think of all that hate. Then take a look around you at Selma, Alabama. 65, remember that. Okay, that's when the song was written. And then you can leave here for 4 days in outer space, like Elon Musk. But when that billionaire bitch gets back, it's the same old fucking place. They're pounding drums, their pride and disgrace. You can bury your dead, but hey, don't leave a trace. And hate your next door neighbor, but don't forget to say grace. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. This is like a campfire song, right? Man, what I wouldn't give to be sitting around a campfire right now. I mean, the weather's getting warmer. Summer's coming. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we do get to leave the storm bunkers at some point, And there's nothing better than sitting around a campfire. And I don't know about you. I mean, I packed on a few COVID pounds here, over the last 8 weeks. About 8 to 10, right? So I probably shouldn't be talking about marshmallows and Hershey bars and graham crackers. But you can have a campfire, right? You can have s'mores. So just imagine we're sitting around a campfire and it's, kind of like chill in the air, like tonight. Moon shining bright. There's a really great moon coming in. I think it's 9:15, so we should all go out and look at the moon. And we're making s'mores. And here I am with my guitar, playing my cowboy chords, because you got to have a guitar player playing cowboy chords at a campfire. And we're going to do a little sing-along. So I'm going to just run through this, right, because I've been talking now for like 47 hours. And but I've forgotten the chorus. So I'm going to run through the chorus, and then we're going to do a sing-along, all right? So the chorus goes, but you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. So we're going to do this chorus, all right, on 3. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. I think only half of you were singing, right? Because I only heard half of you singing. So, we got to go through it one more time. Because, I can't be the only one up here singing, right? So let's try one more time on 3. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Destruction, 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 destruction. So I wrote, like I said, I've been writing some songs, and I've been, every week I usually have a certain band in my car, a CD. Like one week it was the Stone Temple Pilots, and then a couple of weeks later it was the Replacements. And the week I listened to the Replacements, I came home and I was trying to work my way through some Replacement songs, and I could have played it tonight, but I'll just save it for a future electric, their Replacements Stink record, which is really an interesting record to say the least, very punkish. But what I noticed about a lot of Replacement songs is they are in open A, and then this one particular tuning, I just was playing around with it, and I raised my B string to a C, and I came up with an instrumental. So I'm going to play an instrumental. This might be a good time to go out and get an adult beverage or use the bathroom or whatever, but I'm going to work my way through an instrumental called Days of Yore. But I got a tune first, so just bear with me. And I need a capo, which I have right here. This is called Days of Yore. Days of Yore, an instrumental. So when you tune up, you got to tune back down. I suppose I could write a bunch of songs in this tuning, but. So I don't know who's out there tonight because I can't really read the comments from here, but I appreciate you coming by. So many of you probably know the story, but Mary and I lost our son, Mark Baumer, in January of 2017. Mark was a poet and an activist and a performance artist, and he was walking across America barefoot to raise awareness about climate change because that was an issue that Mark was truly passionate about in a way that very few people are passionate about much. And Mark decided he would walk barefoot, and he was 100 days into his walk. Actually, it was on day 101. He had done 100 videos on his phone. They're still available on YouTube. And Mark was hit and killed in the Panhandle in Florida. And so this was actually the first song I wrote. I wrote it last summer. And I had a party here. We had a party here in Biddeford shortly after we moved here. We moved here in July. I think it might have been August. And my good friend Sally had come, and she knew I had been messing around on the guitar for the last 2 years, and asked me if I'd play my song for her. And we went out into the living room, and I had my guitar out there, and I started to play. And before I knew it, a bunch of people had gathered around, and I was playing it live for the very first time. And it's a very emotional song for me, and it'll always be. But anyways, it's about Mark, and I wrote this from the perspective of Mark. Maybe if there was some way for him to talk about what had happened and sort of communicate that. So that's sort of the frame of the song. But it's called Walking Down the Road. Walking down the road alone, I saw a country lost at home. Mission of hope carried me forth. I lived each day for all it was worth. The president came while I was away. I planned to counter him every day. Hate and division won't carry us forth. Come together and be a force. I wish I had just one more day. I know I had so much more to say. I love my dad, I love my mom, I miss my friends forever young. Family back home sent me their love. Never got back to give them a hug. We all know what we think we know, but can we strive for greater hope? Friends I lost along the way, still I walked another day. Saving Earth is what it's about. Some of the haters would jump and shout. I wished I had just one more day. I know I had so much more to say. I love my dad, I love my mom, I miss my friends forever young. "100 days of joy and pain, my feet move across the fruited plain. The dirty hippie or something more, why can't they see my higher road? My face and words live on today. I often wonder what people say. I gave it all, held nothing back, but in the end, was it done in vain? Wish I had just one more day. I know I had so much more to say. I love my dad, I love my mom. I miss my friends forever young. Walking, 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 walking. Walking down the road alone, I saw a country lost at home. Mission of hope carried me forth. I lived each day for all it was worth. My family back home sent me their love. Never got back to give them a hug. We all know what we think we know, but can we strive for greater scope? If I had just one more day, I often wonder what I'd say. It hurts my dad, it hurts my mom. Please remember them, where you roam. Yeah, don't forget us. Love my dad, I love my mom. I miss my friends forever young. I love my dad, I love my mom. I miss my friends forever young. Walking down the road. I started playing the guitar in late summer 2018 just because I was so depressed and not really sure I wanted to continue to be here. It was really a hard time after losing Mark, and I just have spent a lot of time. I mean, there haven't been many days that I haven't played. Usually, I usually play an hour or two, or sometimes more. I mean, I've had weekends where I've spent 5 or 6 hours playing, and I'm still not a virtuoso, but that's never really been my goal in picking the guitar up. And I just sometimes, when I sing that song, I just sometimes remember Mark saying to me, especially about my writing, but I could see him saying it now if he were here about guitar playing. He would tell me, Dad, just keep doing what you're doing, and I plan on continuing to do what I'm doing. So I am willing to play another tune or two, whatever people want. Does anybody want another tune? I could play Tulsa Time. It's the Eric Clapton version of the song. I like Tulsa Time, actually. Eric Clapton was somebody, growing up, I was a huge fan of Cream, one of the classic power trios, and I Still Love Me My Cream, especially Crossroads, and that solo. Any guitar player, just, you'll hear that solo, your jaw drops, because, they used to call Clapton God, because he was like God on the guitar. But this song was actually written by Don Williams, and it's kind of an interesting period for Clapton because he had a significant issue. He was strung out on heroin. He didn't play guitar for 3 years. And when he kind of got back, he was playing with Delaney and Bonnie and living on the West Coast and kind of cleaning up. And I kind of feel that period of time was a really interesting period for Clapton and one of my favorite periods. And this is where Tulsa Time came out of with Clapton. So let's just go ahead and run through this. I'm just trying to think here. I left Oklahoma, driving in a pony. I just about to lose my mind. I was going to Arizona, maybe on to California, where the people all live so fine. Baby said I was crazy, my mama called me lazy. I was gonna show them all this time. Cause you know I ain't no fooling, and no, don't need no more schooling, cause I was born to walk the line. Living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know that I've been through it, living on Tulsa time. Well, there I was in Hollywood, wishing I was doing good, talking on the telephone line. They don't need me in their movies, and no one sings my songs. I guess I'm just wasting my time. Oh man, I got to thinking, I'm really sinking. I really had a flash this time. If I wasn't leaving, nobody'd be grieving. If I went back on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know that I've been through it, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Cause you know that I've been through it, gonna set my watch back to it, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know that I've been through it, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Tulsa time. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. I appreciate folks coming out tonight. We are at a place, I think, I can't see. How long have we been going for? We've been going for what? About 50 minutes. That's pretty darn good. I always said I would always, my goal was to be able to play an hour's worth of music. I was happy to come up with 3 songs, but tonight we played 9. And I got a bunch of electric songs, which I won't roll out tonight, but maybe the next time I'll strap on the electric, which I have here. But anyways, thanks for coming out, folks. Have a great evening, and stay safe, stay healthy, and one of these days we'll be able to get out and do our little campfire and some more thing. Maybe in the backyard with my guitar. I'll lead you through a sing-along. I'll learn a couple more campfire songs. And I'm be remiss if I didn't have Mary come out here. Mary, why don't you just come over here? Mary can show her face here on the video. This is my better half. This is the one who puts up with me spending hours down in the basement during this time. So anyways, she's a sweetheart, as all of you that know Mary know. So anyways, love you guys. Thanks for coming by tonight. Have a great evening. We'll do this again, all right?